With no new Armory update, I think a lot of people are currently panic selling their Armory skins because they think that the supply is gonna be way too big, but I think it's not gonna happen. At least for some skins, I think the Train 20 and 25 collection has the biggest potential here across the board. Skins like the M4A4 Hellish from the Train 20 and 25 collection are currently actually dipping in price. I mean, ever since they have been announced discontinued, a lot of people started panic buying these skins, and as you can see, currently we've reached another price dip, and I think it is a great opportunity because it's the same price it has been before the update or the announcement, as you want to say. I think these skins upon the removal will be actually pumping, and there will be potential for us to sell these for overpay. The real question is, when is the update gonna happen? My prediction is actually tonight or on the weekend, because for example the last update, when the graphic design collection came out, the update happened on the weekend. I don't think it's gonna happen on the weekend this time. I think Valve is gonna actually keep this rotation or the sale very short, because these skins have been in the Armory very long time and the graphic design collection was very short. So I think they will be keeping it a little bit different. The graphic design collection took around like 20 days to get removed. Currently it has been around like 13 days ever since these have been announced discontinued. So I think the 2 weeks mark is gonna be the sweet spot. That's at least my prediction. Maybe it's gonna happen also on the weekend. Also, something very important, definitely save your Armory stars for the new update. It's definitely not worth spending your Armory stars right now, ever since the Armory prices are currently dipping slightly. I've also bought this AVP Onitaji from the Operation Hydra collection. In my opinion, it's a very beautiful skin. Unfortunately, this is not the faction new condition. I went for minimum wear instead. It was a great offer in my opinion, and I always wanted the skin. I think it's generally looking very beautiful, and ever since I think it's not worth investing into Operation Hydra case because it's super expensive. I'm not saying it's not gonna rise, but I think it's gonna be a slow riser, and not a lot of people are actually willing to open these cases, so the supply won't be going down as fast, because the alternative to this case is going to be the glove case with the same gloves. And I think it's definitely worth picking up some of the red skins, because ever since the gold trade-up update, they've actually fallen in price, and right now the market is currently very up and down, and that's why I went for the skin. I just have a good feeling about it, but always make your own research upon these investments. This is very important, but I absolutely love this AWP. It's one of my favorite ones. Are you tired of super expensive steams upon the community market and you want to buy some new ones? Upon Skinland, you have the best possible market prices for these skins. No hidden commissions, a 24/7 service, 100% safe, and you get immediate payouts. Skinland also pays out instantly, so you don't have to wait for your balance to arrive. Ever since the latest Valve update, you can still trade your skins here and legends trade here. Skinland is the official partner of Vitality. The best work with the best, even Vitality chooses Skinland. And if you want to sell your skins, here's a bonus for you. If you use my promo code RubyJetski, you get $10 for free if you sell your skins for $100. And thank you Skinland for sponsoring this video. Ever since this AWP has been released, I mean, it was super cheap, like 40 euros up on the Steam community market, which is kind of insane. Ever since we've been almost like at 1000 euros, and this is the minimum wear condition, guys. This is absolutely insane in my opinion. Definitely buy these skins on third-party websites. Or, I mean, you can set some buy orders, but I mean, it's still way too expensive in my opinion. On third-party websites, you will find way better deals for these. I mean, obviously, the supply for the M4A4 Hellish has increased, but as you can see up on the graphs, we've been already like at 60 euros before, at almost 90 euros as well. And ever since, this skin has been going down in price, just because the supply has been also increasing, less demand for these skins. But I generally believe this beautiful looking skin has a lot of potential, and upon the announcement of the removal, it can spike like beyond 80 euros. This is just my own prediction upon it, because there will be a lot of people that will be buying Armory skins again just because they're gone. We'll have the new collections in the game. It's also dependent on how good the new collection skins are gonna look, because if they will flop, for example, like the graphic design collection or the train skins, because at the start they haven't been unboxed a lot, right? A lot of people aim for the Spot and Feel collection, for example, or for some like other collections like the Overpass with the Be the Monster. So I think you should definitely spend your Armory stars wisely as well, and these skins have a lot of potential. This is actually one of the most impressive graphs that I've seen in a while. The Tech9 Whiteout in the minimal wear condition has been relatively always stable in price. The demand is always there. A lot of these are getting sold, even though it's not one of the most cheapest skins out there, but a lot of people are using these as play skins and as a long-term investment, and I think you cannot do a lot of wrong here. It's definitely a great investment. It has been solid for a while. Also, if we get like, for example, new whiteout skins and they get released, a lot of people will, like me, will be spending the Armory stars on them, so the price when they even come out could be reasonable, and it can drop very fast. So I suggest you picking up some nice skins that you think will have a lot of demand, and over the long term they will be rising regardless, just because way more people are coming to the game, investing the money buying the play skins, because if the skins are going to be good, these are going to be used a lot and a lot of people are going to buy them. since way more people will be also coming to the game because we have finally some new content as well. So this is a huge opportunity, guys. The new skins will be very important. Also, if the stickers are gonna be the best looking ones you have ever seen, I think it's still not gonna be worth spending your Armory stars on the first day on the stickers, because they will have way less demand than some of the collection skins that will be out as well. I wanted to mention something very interesting. Let's take a look at the full throttles here from the Genesis terminal, one of the most hated cases or terminals, whatever you want to call them, because they have no golds inside and it's actually not even worth opening these, right? There's approximately like 78,000 of these M4 full throttles out there, and the Genesis terminal has been around already for such a long time, and this is actually not a lot if you compare it to some other skins. Meanwhile, the new terminal, and for example the Glock fully tuned, there's like 22,000 of these. This is just a fraction, but you need to consider how many have been already used up for trade-ups as well. So you need to be very careful. You can just clearly see how big the supply of these red skins from the new terminal is, because it's increasing daily, unlike the Genesis terminal, who is actually opening these Genesis terminals, right? So I think down the line, these skins will still have a lot of potential because they will get used up quite often. People will be still trying to get, for example, #1 gloves, which is also very important for the market since prices could be up there. So I think eventually the supply of these red skins will be even bigger than from the Genesis terminal, and by the time it's gonna be the case, I think the Genesis terminal will be already gone out of the active drop pool. As I said, my prediction is that the Genesis terminal will be removed because it has no golds inside, unlike the sealed Death terminal. Also, we're currently doing the Desert Eagle Serpent Strike giveaway. If you want to participate and win this skin, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up on this video, comment something down below, and make sure that your Steam trade link is in your YouTube description so I can see it and send you the skin right away if you win. I wish to all of you the best of luck, and let's get right into the next investment on our list. Yes, the Kilowatt case is one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest case in the game currently. This does have a lot of potentials ever since one day it will be eventually removed and people could go back to cookery knives and start thinking about them differently. But right now, I don't think it's the best investment. I think there's definitely going to be changes to the active drop pool with the next update. It is definitely possible. If the Dreams at Nightmare case is going to be discontinued all of a sudden, definitely Valve is not going to tell us. We will just notice it upon the next drops, for example, if the update is going to release this week. But eventually I think this will be discontinued, but I think the Revolution case will be discontinued first. That's just my own opinion, but I just wanted to mention that I think that the Dreams and Nightmare case has a lot of potential, and if Valve is actually going to remove this case, I think some of the prices for the knives and Gamma Doppler knives, for example butterfly knives, could be going up or at least starting to be stable. That's just my own prediction. Obviously a lot of people are giving up on knife investments because cases are way better. I think the Dreams and Nightmare case has a lot of potential. It just needs to be removed and the supply needs to be consumed by the people, and I think the price could be surging towards like that €5 mark. That's at least just my own prediction. I think that the Revolution case has the way bigger potential to be removed just because it has gloves inside it. We have now so many chances to obtain gloves in CS2, and I think Valve is actually going to make it slightly limited, so that's why the first step towards that will be removing a case with some gloves. So this has a lot of potential. It's not even expensive upon the Steam community market, so we could start an entry point here, but definitely buy these cases on third-party websites. You will find way better deals. This case has been almost like at €1 before. That's absolutely insane. And I just don't understand why graffiti started pumping. All of a sudden this graffiti was selling for like €1, somewhere in that area. All of a sudden we reach like 8 to 10 euros. I don't know who's pumping these, but that's kinda insane in my opinion. Imagine you will be rocking this sealed graffiti hauling down, you will be the absolute chat in the game, I think.